translation of the day. We are here at SK Telecom, this time getting a 2-0 win themselves. And now we're here with today's MVPs, Faker and Bang, for the interview. Bang, it's been too long. You finally broken your loss streak. How do you feel? It's been such a long time that it feels awkward winning, you know? And I think our whole team morale and our just the overall environment around us was very depressing, and I think but we're at a state now that those things are very much improving and feel a lot better now. And Faker, I'm sure, you know, watching today's replay, it seemed just very different today. I think the accumulated mistakes that we've had up to today was just uncountable and really unmeasurable. And I felt like, you know, we limiting that mistake for today's specific game was an accomplishment for us. So I think just that limiting mistake was a big thing that we did. So we're thankful for our teammates. And of course, you guys had your struggles with the actual matches, but a lot of people were saying that SK Telecom has improved their practice time. Yeah, after losing 4 series straight, we realized that we were lacking in so many departments of our play, and we wanted to limit our mistakes as much as we could, and we thought the best way to do that was actually to discuss it over as a team and to practice with it together and just really trust each other a lot more. And I think just trying our hardest and just giving the best effort was the best we could do, and I think we have plans on working even harder even from today. And the first game really showed us from the ban pick phase that you guys were really looking for the team fight, that you guys weren't really worried about the laning phase, that you guys were really going all in on trying to get that big team fight win. Yeah, before we did start, we weren't like, let's go with a team fight composition, let's go with that. It wasn't pre-planned like that. But I felt like with the composition, seeing the opponents pick their champions, we were trying to see our composition at the same time. We thought that the composition just kind of ended up the way it is, and of course, you know, with the composition that we had to rely on team fights after that. But it wasn't pre-planned by any means. And Bang, it's actually your first time using the Tristana this time around this season, and did you make a lot of preparation for that pick? Yeah, I did have a few efforts on that during scrims, and I thought that it was a decent pick to go with at certain situations. And I felt like, you know, those kind of things were really towards my advantage in the laning phase and also in the team fight, things that it could contribute to. And it's a lot of separating opinions on the Tristana pick right now with many ADCs around the league. How do you rate the champion? I think just by having 2v2 in the bottom lane, in the laning phase, it's not the best to go with. And the fact that we have the jump and also the Alistar to really save me in crucial times, those are the kind of things that really accumulated, that really contributed to the safety of the laning phase. But there was like it won't really have a very aggressive pressure on the opposition. But at the same time, with those two champions putting all the safety tools together, it really creates a very risk-free laning phase for us too. And a lot of people are really speculating many things with this recent change, with the Deathblader Drothar doing many things for the DPS champions, but with the tank metas as well. And for me, honestly, I don't really see the huge amount of difference between this patch and the most recent patch. But I'm sure the top lane saw a lot more changes than I did. So, but with my teammates always really being focused on what this current situation is, I'm just trying to play my game and just play always as I've been. So that's kind of the things I'm always focused on. I think we do have a video highlight that we can look at. it just seemed like game one wasn't the easiest for you guys. Of course, this is after around the Baron played.
저때 아마 상대가 불룡을 이제 할 때 상대가 이제
Yeah, this was a situation where they were going for the Infernal Drake and we couldn't just try to go for the Baron.
또 그다음에 칼리스타가 플래시가 없는 상황이고
But there was a situation when Kalista was off. Flash was on cooldown for Kalista. And we felt like if we were opening up a team fight that we had the advantage with the escape tools to our advantage.
이 세트에서는 또 상대가 미드를 네 개나 밴을 했어요. 갈리오, 탈리아, 르블랑, 카시오.
And in the game 2, if you guys haven't realized, they banned out 4 mid laners against you, Faker, on game 2.
다른 미드라이너들도 그렇듯이 챔피언 폭이 꽤 넓어요.
I think it goes with every mid laners on LCK nowadays is that so many mid laners here, they have such a wide variety of champion pool they can pick from, and especially for the mid laners, and you just have to ban out so many champions in the ban pick phase.
예전에는 뭔가 카운터픽 느낌으로만 썼는데 지금은
And a lot of people thought that Lucian was a kind of a specialty pick, countering certain champions, but it just seemed like you went blind with it and really weren't afraid of the opposition, what they're going to counter with.
경기에서 이전 경기는 아니고 네 진에어전에서 신드라 루시안 구도를 한번 해봤었는데
Yeah, back in the Jin Air series, I tried the Syndra and Lucian matchup, and I kind of saw the
일단 이 경기에는
advantages of that.
루시안으로 갔고 상대가 신드라가 나올
So I felt like, you know, the opposition was going to go with Syndra either way, even though I picked it first. So I thought that Lucian would have been a good pick to go on to Syndra.
그때도 제 기억으로 이제 MVP를 받은 걸로 기억이 나는데 그렇죠?
I'm pretty sure you got an MVP with the Lucian last time you picked it around against Syndra. I don't really remember. I'm not sure.
기억 못하는 거예요. 예.
Well, he doesn't remember.
루시안의 활약 장면 준비돼 있다고 합니다.
But we do have another video highlight we can show of how Lucian got the MVP this time around.
앞으로 달려들면서 상대를 마이콜과 함께
With the help of the equalizer, you got the kill by dashing in right away.
네 탑에서 저희가 게임 시작부터 의진이가 자신만만해 하더라고요.
Yeah, Untara seemed very confident starting from the very beginning of the game, and we just kind of trusted him to make the plays happen.
의진이가 너무 잘해줘가지고
So I think, you know, him doing really well was a big help and really a big addition to our team's success. And
게임이었던 것 같습니다.
so I think that's kind of how that gank worked out.
계속 주도권이 있었거든요. 실제로 트리스타나 알리스타 그렇게 같이
And I'm sure you guys felt a lot of pressure being put on the other team on the bot lane, but how do you rate the Tristan and Alistar duo right now?
사실
Yeah, I don't think I know too much in detail right now. I think we have to still test out a few things and experiment with a little details of that duo, but
칼리스타를 먼저 픽을 하셔서
you know, because they picked the Kalista first and they showed that they were going to go with that pick.
아무래도 선픽하기에는 좀
But I don't think Tristana and Alistar won't be the best blind pick option if you were to pick your choices in the bot lane.
그게 어떤 건지는 전략상
Do you have anything that could counter the Tristana?
사실 그것도 많이 준비를 못 해봐서
Yeah, I think we're not really at that phase yet that we really know the exact counter to what Tristana could be.
들어와서 굉장히 뭔가 감격스러워하면서 이렇게 한 명씩 다 다독여주는 게 또 인상적이었거든요.
And we saw the coaching staff come in and really give you guys a tap on the back for, you know, doing a good job and getting the wins that you guys been long waited for.
코치님이 요즘에 유독 스트레스를 많이 받는
I think coach has been under extreme amount of stress in recent days, and that's kind of the thing that we really want to relieve him of. And I think that the only way we could do it was I think just getting him to win. And you know, I think getting him to win today didn't get rid of all of his stress, but I think it was just like a one hurdle that we had to always go over for him.
선수뿐만 아니라 그래서 남은 대진이 이제 타이거즈 그리고 KT, BBQ전이
Now you're up against Tigers, KT, and BBQ for the remainder of your season. But what do you think going up to that game?
팬분들께도 하고 싶은 말
Anything you'd like to say to the fans?
최근에 4연전 하면서 굉장히 경기력이 안
Yeah, after losing 4 straight series,
어쨌든
we know that performance-wise and just there's no excuse for what had happened. But I think it's just over it now, and we're just trying to get back to our old form.
페이커 선수도 뭐 하고 싶은 말 있으시면
Anything else? Anything you'd like to add on, Faker?
저희가 지금까지 제가 알기로는 제가 이렇게 연패한 적이 없었던
as far as I know, I never had a loss streak as this in my career before. So I think I had a lot of struggles and stress that I had to deal with during this process, but I really feel sorry for the fans at the same time because I know they would have been as much as disappointed as we were. So we will try to not repeat that type of tragedy ever again in our career. So that's the promise we give to you guys. And that's the end of the interview. Back over to you guys.
Thank you very much, Joel. Interesting here, SKT.
Continue on with this.
Oh, actually, no worries.
But Bang, I think it's Bang is trying to apologize for some of the comments that he made during his personal stream, and I think he's trying to acknowledge the fact that the hate comments towards going towards him was an acceptable thing, and he really does regret his actions. But I think he's trying to say that he really wants to learn from that mistake and try to become a better person. I think, but he really needs a lot more time to think this through and see what the best process is and the next best direction is. So I think he needs some time to get the apologies necessary for some of the things he did. So that's why he's just asking everybody in the viewers, asking for that apology. So that seems to be finally the end of the interview. Back over to you guys.